Welcome to another edition of 42 Straight Years In. On my crackhead update, I was at the Walmart on Cochran Hill Road, and a young guy was sitting next to the ATM machine. He asked me for $1, so I gave him $2. He took the money and he looked at me and said, "What can I buy with $2? McDonald's is inside of Walmart. They got a dollar menu." He just looked at the two ones and put them in his pocket. Later on, I walked to the car and I looked back over. He had a lot of more crumbled up green money. I don't know if it was dollar bills or what. There's no end to the crackheads. Another incident, I was on my way. When I was pulling into the parking lot, I seen a lot of police cars. They had this clown who lived in the same unit I live in. He had called Dallas Police Department and said, "There's a chimpanzee over here smoking a marijuana cigarette with a machine gun, shooting up the whole damn place." So cops was everywhere. They took him to Green Oaks. That's a psychiatric hospital here in Dallas. I don't know if they're going to file a criminal charge on him for abuse of 911 or whatever, but he was on some bad drugs. I don't know actually what he was high on, but he was high on something. Okay, y'all know what it is. Get your shanks out, and let's get ready to ride. Yeah, lately there's been a lot of things on YouTube about prison rape. You know, I can't speak for other states, but in a Texas prison, you can easily get a weapon. The maintenance department is ran by inmates. All in maintenance is all type of tools, weapons, machinery to make weapons out of. And it depends on what prison you're at. They have a lot of factories. So if a guy sexually assaulted you and you don't retaliate on him, evidently you enjoyed it. It's too easy to retaliate. And it's a lot of the convicts, they don't even like the rapes. They don't even like that type of crap. So, you know, it depends on what prison you're at and who you know at that prison. You got some guys who will just try to give you a weapon. All you got to do is have the nuts is to use the weapon. Even though no matter what happened to you, you would have to actually prove rape if you harm this guy or kill him to keep you from getting a life sentence. It depends on what type of time sentence you already have to keep you from getting the death penalty. Because the administration is going to try to cover it up. First thing they're going to say is, "You never told us you was getting raped." Like you just supposed to just walk up there and tell the warden, "Hey, a guy down here just raped me." It's a whole lot of factors involved on whether you can see a supervisor. Sometimes you could approach a guard and say, "Hey, I need to speak to a supervisor." Ain't no supervisor on the cell block right now. They're busy. Now what you gonna do? Then if you go tell it, snitch, you know, what part of the prison you gonna live in? Your problem just amplified. They move you over to another housing unit, the word gonna spread over there. "Hey, this guy was over in this building and he went and told the sergeant or the lieutenant that somebody sexually assaulted him." Now you got more problems. You know, it's not like the guards. Well, it all depends on what prison you're at. You got some prison got zero tolerance. If that administration get wind of a sexual assault, that guy's in worlds of trouble. He's going to administrative segregation. And they're going to try to get they're going to try to get the inmate to file additional charges on him. They ain't going to do it. They're going to ask you to do it. They'll just provide the resources, but you got to step forward and say, "Hey, this guy actually raped me." You know, I ask a person this: would you let a guy rape you on the outside? Why in the hell you gonna let him rape you on the inside? The same energy you had on the outside, you bring that same energy to a prison with you. If you was a gangster on the outside, you portraying yourself as a gangster. Well, be a gangster on the inside. And the guy say, well, this was a small guy. Man, I know plenty of small guys. You're not going to rape them. I know a lot of small guys. In one of my videos, I was speaking on this guy from Dallas, Red West. He killed a guy at Bill Clements for stealing his commissaries, some of his personal items. This is a small dude. Man, he's no taller than 5'4", man, weigh about 135 pounds. Man, you not gonna rape Little Red. That's a small dude. But he got a heart the size of the Empire State Building. Don't let his size fool you. You probably could rape him because he's so small. But I guarantee you, you're going to get instant retaliation. You'll rape him today, he'll kill you tomorrow. Because he ain't afraid of getting no more time. He already serving life. He killed a guy at Amarillo. They gave him 60 more. He ain't got nothing to lose. And I guarantee you won't rape him. I know a lot of more small guys. Man, you not going to rape them. You ain't going to even fuck with them at all. Size don't mean shit. Everybody think in a prison you got to be so big and all. Man, come on, that don't mean nothing. I've seen guys weigh 250 pounds and they paying protection. So size ain't no, you know, if you got a small heart, well, I guarantee you will be attacked. You know, the atmosphere in the Texas prison now is totally different than it was in the past. Now, if he came back in the day in the 70s, when it was a wide open prison system, and the wardens didn't give a shit about no inmate getting hurt or no inmate getting raped, that didn't mean jack shit to them. They didn't even care. But they would tell you this, to defend yourself. So that was on you if you failed to do so. You can't blame it on the administration. He done gave you the green light. Hey, if somebody trying to take your commissary or physically harm you, defend yourself. What else he supposed to do? Is he supposed to go stab or fight a guy for you? He's a warden. He telling you, hey, take care of your business. Don't even worry about it. If you did get punishment, it was going to be at the lower range. Occasionally they would punish a guy. Man, what, a couple days in solitary? The good time, that didn't mean nothing back then. 6 months, they give it back to you. You lose all your good time. You get it back in 6 months. So what's the big deal? And if you serving life, you sure ain't got nothing to lose. Who worrying about good time? You know what? So all that, the prison rape is not a myth. It happens, but it's not wide open. Because most guys, you do not have to rape them. It's the same way on the outside. These women, you do not have to rape them. Look at all the needy females. It's needy guys on the inside. You got needy women on the outside who broke, won't work, or don't have a job, or they single parents and they doing bad, and they'll hook up with a guy who got resources. Inside of prison, it works the same way. Those guys, they don't even have toothpaste, deodorant, shower shoes. They don't have none of that type of stuff unless you got outside help that send you the money to purchase it at the prison commissary. Because the Texas prison do not provide anything. They provide a clean change of clothes, clean sheets, a blanket, and a mattress. They don't even give you pillows no more. The pillow is sold inside of the mattress. It's a combo type deal. So if you don't have money, you're going to do hard time. You know, they feed you 3 meals a day, but at some meals, it's going to be something that you really you find disgusting. You say, man, I got to eat this slop. But if you don't got money, you ain't got no choice but to go in there and make you a meal out of whatever they serving. And most of the young guys, they want the nice tennis shoes they sell at the commissary and the gym shorts and the nice t-shirts. That's fly in a prison. You got on your nice gym shorts and your t-shirt, your tennis shoes, and you that's fly. And they don't have money. That's why sometimes the robberies occur, trying to make other people pay protection. It's all about the money. And if you had a prison that houses predominant older guys, it's going to be very little rape going on. Most of those guys got finesse. They know you don't have to rape anyone. If you got access to K2, marijuana, cigarettes, any type of contraband, you got your instant fat butt boy. They're easy to get. Not hard to do. I've seen situations where this guy, he's a gang member. But on the side, he's got a husband. His gang homeboys don't even know that. These other guys knocking him off. That's why he's got cigarettes all the time. He's smoking weed. He got different items that come from the outside. He don't have a hookup. You know he don't have a female guard bringing it in to him. And he's not prison smart enough to get it on his own. He's got a husband taking care of him. I've seen that in a lot of situations. That's why I didn't put too much emphasis in the gang shit. I've seen so many of them. They go over there with their gang homeboys with the tough shit, but they got a husband on the down low. You know, I've seen that down through the years. It all comes down to fear. I always say this, if you get in a situation and you're not afraid, you got 50% of that fight won. The other 50% is execution. You can harm that other guy just as well as he can harm you. You know, if a guy sexually assaulted you and you don't do nothing about it within a certain time frame, evidently you's a straight coward and you enjoy it. It's too easy in a Texas prison to get a weapon. They got craft shops, got all type of sharp leather knives, got maintenance department. You can make a weapon out of anything. You can just straight up make a weapon. Now, where you can't get a weapon at in Texas prison is from the dining room. Anytime a knife is missing out of that butcher shop, a guy checked out a knife and it don't get turned in, and they inventory those weapons, those kitchen utensils, and one is missing, they lock the whole thing down until they find it. Man, they go through everything. There's no inmates gonna be allowed to leave that dining room. The guys who work there, they are locked in until they find whatever utensil is missing. But there's so many ways you can get weapons in, it's pathetic. And if you know the right person, he'll give you a weapon. Or if you got some money, you can buy a weapon. You know, if you don't have a weapon in hard times, boil you some hot water. Put a ramen noodle soup in it. Go dash it on his ass. I guarantee you get some act right. So, you know, I don't sympathize with no guy who let a guy run over him and he don't retaliate. That's on you. And once at the Bill Clements unit, Van Damme had got transferred there. I was already there when he came. They transferred him. And they were serving meatloaf. This particular day, the meatloaf was good, man. It had seasoning in it. And they used all the ground meat. The guys hadn't stole it all. They normally steal the ground meat. They make hamburgers out of it. And it always come up short. So if your cell block eat last, they probably done ran out of meatloaf. Well, anyway, we was going through the serving line. And I had taken a chessboard out on the rec yard. I love to play chess. And Van Damme loved to play chess. So me and him was at war on the chessboard out on the rec yard. We didn't work out. I didn't even play. I'm gonna hoop. I'm gonna play a couple games of basketball. But this particular day, I just wanted to play chess. And me and him going through the serving line. They ran chow from the rec yard. You didn't have to go to your housing unit, then go to chow. That's the normal procedure. But this particular day, they came to the rec yard and say, 50 for chow. So 50 guys go out, the next 50. So me and him in the serving line together. Now, I'm in the front of him. The guy who was on the serving line, he know me. So he gave me 2 big pieces of meatloaf. You're only supposed to get 1. It depends on what guard is standing there. Make them ration the food the proper way. Some guards will say, hey, take that off of his tray. Or they'll take it off themselves. Because you're not supposed to have 2. Each inmate supposed to get 1. Well, anyway, he gave me 2 big pieces of meatloaf. And the end, you know, a meatloaf is like this. At the end, it's a small piece. He put that on Van Damme's tray. So Van Damme kept his tray there. Like, where the rest of my meatloaf at? That guy looked at him and said, keep it moving, man. That's all you getting. He said, that's bullshit. He said, I want my tray to look just like his tray, talking about me. The guy said, man, you ain't got nothing coming, fool. You ain't got no money. You ain't eating. So he said, hey, man, I live on 4 building. I'm at rec all the time. He said, I've seen you on the rec yard. He said, be there at 6 o'clock rec. So another guy, his buddies up there on the serving line said, no, whole ass white boy, get on out the line and keep going, man. Nobody giving you no extra food. So he just accepted his little piece and went on out. You know, later on, he paid a kitchen worker, you know, stamps as currency. Gave a kitchen worker a couple stamps. He go up there and get him some more food. Anyway, that night, at 6 o'clock, we turned out for 6 o'clock rec. And I was supposed to be at work. But I stayed over just to go to rec to see what's going to happen. So we all get out on the rec yard. And this guy, he's standing over by the weight machine. He got 3 weight machines on that rec yard. And he's standing by the weight machine. So I tell Van Damme, I say, that fool is over there by the weight machine. He said, I'm just waiting till they get everybody on the rec yard. Then I'm going to go look at it. So after everybody was at the rec yard, they locked the gate. The guards walk away because they're getting ready. And once rec is on the rec yard, it's almost count time. So they preparing to count. Van Damme walk over, he say, hey man, I'm the dude you was talking to in the chow hall about the meatloaf. Dude say, yeah, I meant what I said. You don't get no extra. You get 1 piece like everybody else. He said, man, that wasn't the point. He said, that little ass piece of meatloaf you gave me, man, that was no whole slice of meatloaf, man. He said, well, I'm going to tell you something. I didn't come to talk. He said, I come to kick the shit out of you. That's what I'm going to do. So his homeboy was over there saying, shit, you gonna mess with my homeboy, you gonna have to get me too. He said, shit, that ain't no problem. So he didn't really have to get the other guy. He messed the first one up real bad. I'm talking about, man, he broke that dude's jaw just as smooth as he's a newborn baby. And he started at the other guy. He took out running across the rec yard. He couldn't catch him. And finally, the picket boss see this guy running. So he said, hey, what's going on the rec yard? He don't want to snitch, but then he don't want to fade Van Damme neither. So he said, oh, it ain't nothing. We just playing. So Van Damme will get closer to him. He'll take out running again. So finally, the guy just ran up by the gun tower and told him Van Damme trying to jump him. So the man, he get on the walkie-talkie and call in and say he got a fight on the rec yard. So Van Damme ended up getting assault on the inmate because this other fool's jaw is broke. They charged him with assault and dropped him to medium custody. We was on minimum. You know, this guy, he always talking about white guys. Well, this was a white guy. And he did not start no trouble. But he don't run from none whatsoever. He don't start trouble. He's an easygoing dude. He only had a 16-year sentence. Man, and I play chess with him all the time. That's all he talk about is trying to get out and get back to his wife and kids. And but later, I would get transferred to Amarillo. And he would get transferred to Amarillo. And that's why a guy called him Sleep. 2 guys. And They stabbed him with a screwdriver through his ear. Screwdriver went inside of his brain. That's how he died. But he came out of his sleep. He died fighting. He didn't just lay it down, man. It was impossible for him to live. A screwdriver was stuck all the way inside of his head. You know, I used to try to tell him, hey man, you gotta watch yourself, but you're human. You gotta go to sleep. You're human. You can't watch everybody. And if a guy in a prison wanna attack you, he can do it at any time. All he gotta do is be half-ass prison smart. Gonna be one breakfast time, you might not go to breakfast because you got plenty of money. He catch you sleep and run in that cell, and it's a wrap. It is a wrap. I've seen several guys get killed like that. Early in the morning, they ain't not prepared. They sleepy, come out of them cells, trying to go to chow, and a guy run right up on him and commence to stabbing him. He's so sleepy and drowsy till he can't defend himself. It's a wrap for him. Enough ranting and raving. Y'all keep your shanks ready. We may have to ride on these fools at a moment's notice. And y'all like and subscribe. And I thank you for watching.